Welcome to the Doghouse, where we don't give a flying fuck what you have to say about what we have to say. Anyway, if you have some kind of rude comment that you'd feel like posting, guess what? Stop watching now. If you're really dumb enough to actually click play to simply just hate on us, then we already lost a small amount of... Actually, you know what, dude? Just fuck it.
Welcome to the LG Doghouse. I'm your host, Sir Mike Knight. With me, as always, is By Mercy and Grace. And as you saw in the breaking news segment, our two newest members, Bogey. Hi. Say hi.
Hello.
And Greasy Bro.
Yo, what's up?
And please welcome back Sir Mike Knight Jr. Haven't seen him since the first episode. He's playing with a bottle. Chilling out.
I just say I really appreciate that you didn't start waving it until you said his name.
Keeping it real.
Wearing the Teddy Bruschi jersey. Anyway, so we've got quite a bit to cover in this episode, as we do in just about every episode. But this is the first full episode that you guys have been involved in. Unfortunately, we do not have Quinn today. He is currently pretending that he has friends.
He's
like he likes to pretend to do.
We talked about this in the last episode, that it goes preseason, LG, and then real life. So
he didn't get the memo. Preseason, LG, real life. Anyway, so we've got quite the bomb to drop.
We can't wait. We have no idea what the bomb is.
There's only two of us on the show that know about this.
Let's go with 1.5 because
don't.
I know what it is, but I'm still in the dark because I didn't watch the entire last episode. So
because
this does seem like a big deal to me, though.
Yes, because he's terrible and didn't watch the one episode that he wasn't involved in.
I'm selfish like that.
Clearly.
So we are dying to know what this is. So
Yeah, we're dying.
Okay, so this involves everything that went on as far as NYR fan.
Okay.
And your team over there, Greasy, right?
Ruined the Huskies.
Right, the Huskies and the whole blow up and everything. So
King flips.
this message that our field reporter is going to read us from Ozzy. And he's going to give us another side of NF.
Okay.
Another side of the whole dealings as far as the Huskies go.
Okay, he's the Mooseheads GM, correct?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so this is
I know what this is all about.
This is from the Mooseheads GM regarding some player issues that happened involving the whole meltdown and all that. I'm just going to read it verbatim. We'll go through it pretty quick.
Do we want to do a dramatic reading? Just you and me?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to do another dramatic reading unless it's... It all started at the draft. I got messaged by NYR, and he informed me that V1 Merc would not play for me, and that New York NYR, and that he had told NYR this. I have copies of the message between me and NYR. As he was doing me a favor by offering me a trade, he said Merc only wanted to play with his friends and wanted to know how I knew about Merc. He was rude, obnoxious, and a bit of a moron, to put it lightly.
I asked NYR why Merc would play scouting games for me if he only wanted to play with you. His response was that Merc only played one game and played like shit. What NYR didn't know is Merc also played some club with us. So I said to NYR, if Merc won't play and sign up, I would have removed him from the league and and banned for a season. NYR said Merc would just pay the $20 and become a free agent. LOL.
Now, I'm not sure why everyone thinks it's my first day here, but it's getting annoying. I'm going to go ahead and read the next paragraph since that was tiny. So I told NYR that's not how it works. So I then tried to contact Merc via live, and there was no response. So it was looking like NYR was right. So the season started, and I drafted 3 goalies, so it wasn't a pressing need for us at the time, and I gave Merc a strike for not showing up or signing up for games. Immediately after doing so, I get another message from NYR where we did manage to work out a fair trade pretty nicely.
The Sunday before the DOS attack on LG, V1 Merc messaged me on Xbox, informing me that he would return from a 3-week Air Force. Could have been another branch, the Armed Forces, I'm not sure now. Deployment, and was looking to sign for a few games.
I told him what NYR said, and Merc's response was, quote, "Who the fuck is NYR?"
Right now, and strong as an ox. Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
Turns out, NYR made the whole thing up in order to get a goalie because he drafted like a moron and caused Merc getting an undeserved strike, as I would never give a guy a strike who's serving his country.
This started the crazy rant from Flips, who did take it way too far and deserved the suspension. Merc then stated he would not play for NYR after he found out what had happened, and that's why some of his players bailed on him. And it wasn't all on Flip's shoulders, as Greasy would like you to believe, as the result of what NYR did spread throughout his players.
Zeno informed me that NYR was punished for his actions. I'm not sure in what capacity that happened, and it had nothing to do with Flip's dismissal. And you can read the last one there.
That is what really happened in Huskyland.
Okay. I mean, not only would what Greasy...
I know this whole story.
Zeno said the same exact thing.
I know this whole story
Greasy was
because
saying.
I dealt with Ozzy when this was going down.
Hold on, real quick. I have a little side note from Ozzy. To NYR's credit, though, he has apologized for his actions, so I considered it water under the bridge until I tuned into the Doghouse Day and listened to Greasy.
Ooh, listen to Greasy. Okay, Ozzy and F is a little, first of all, high on his horse. So he can keep his high horse to himself. Secondly, as far as the whole experience goes, there's no denying Merc didn't want to play because he told us, all of us, as a group, I got drafted by another team, I don't want to play for them, I want to play with my friends. Those were his words in a group of a lot of players on our team.
Was this in a party, or was this like
in a party?
Okay,
in a party.
It was verbal.
In fact, his friends were there, and they were going nuts, going, Merc, we're going to get you back. Don't worry, we're going to get you back. Fuck them who took you. Fuck them. Why'd they draft you when you're not even going to play for them? And he was like, I'm not playing for them. There's no fucking way I'm playing for them. I refuse to play for them. And this was in the party with a lot of people. So as far as Ozzy's knowing the story, he doesn't know jack shit. He's talking through the side of his mouth like a lot of people who like to talk about things they weren't part of. They think they know everything. There's a whole bunch of people in the world that do that shit. I'm not one of them. That little bitch. Told us, and I quote, we told him, no lie, we did tell him, and it was our first trade. We said to him quite simply, we got a guy on your team who's not going to play for you. That's it. He's not going to play for you. End of story. And he said, you can't say that. You know, that's tampering and all that. We said, well, we really didn't know that, so of course we made a mistake, and we apologized for that. But the fact of the matter was, Merc came to us and asked us directly, how do I get off this team? And we said, the way you get off this team is don't answer calls, because that's what you do, and he'll trade you, because you don't want to play for him. He says, yeah, I only want to play with my boys, which his boys were Mellon and Smitty, 2 guys, not that Smitty, but another guy, who basically told him they're not going to play unless they can get Merc, and how do we get Merc? And Tommy, King Flips, was the one who said, yeah, we have to get Merc. He was on the same page with us. He was pushing it because he really wanted this guy in our goal. And we played a lot of games in preseason with him before the league started. So he was up for that. That's what we told him exactly what he said to do. We apologized after because we didn't know the rules at that time of that situation. We even went to Zeno and told him what we had done. We didn't have anything to hide because we knew we made a mistake. And so
admitting you make a mistake doesn't mean that the consequences go away and your reputation stays intact.
I'm not saying the consequences go away. Zeno gave consequences to Ranger fan, and that's between them. I'm not even going to be involved in that. They had consequences for what happened, and that's that. But that had nothing to do with the King Flip situation. That was completely separate. King Flips was running his mouth on to try and get New York Ranger fan fired. That's why this whole story came up.
Well, it seems like he would be justified in petitioning to get Ranger fan fired if this is what Ranger fan did.
Yeah, but we all were in a group. That was everybody involved. He was asking what he wanted. He didn't want to play for them. We had nothing to do with that part. He was saying, how do I get out of this? I don't want to play for them. He was telling us that. That's what Merck said. His whole intention was, he was in parties with us, in various parties with various people, saying, I am not playing. Fuck him for drafting me.
Do you know, Mike, if Ozzy, was that a voice message where Merck said who the F is NYR? Or was that a...
I'm not sure. We'd have to do a little bit more research. I'm sure that this will be an ongoing story.
Because I want to know, because that's a voice...
Don't ever tell a person on another roster, or even your roster, to not play. They want to trade? If they want to trade, they have to ask for a trade. Now,
and we told him that, but he's a prospect, so prospects are not allowed to ask.
Well,
no, you can still ask. There is no rule about not asking. Now, there is a rule about them not having to trade you because you're a prospect.
Right.
That's the rule. The rule isn't you just can't officially ask. You can go to your owner and say, hey, in a respectful way, because that's the only way you're going to get shit done.
Listen, the thing is,
in a respectful way, go up to them and say, go up to them and say, hey, could I be traded? And then you can't say what team you want to be traded to. You can't say, and then you can't approach another. You know what I'm saying? Then you can't approach another team and say, hey, I asked for a trade, please trade for me. That's completely illegal. Saying what I said though, I'm not continuing to harp on you. I'm literally just trying to inform, because what you're saying is you were new, you didn't know, and those are all valid. And I'm just trying to, all the other people who are new and don't know, I'm trying
just
to.
The messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
I know. I'm not. Again. You're feeling attacked, and I'm not trying to attack you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I understand you're feeling attacked, but I'm not trying to attack you. I'm literally just trying to use this as a learning tool for the newer GMs.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely.
I do have something I want to bring up. I was obviously I was wheeling and dealing with trades. I lost my AGM. I lost my second leading point scorer. They wanted to trade, whatever. Anyway, I started talking to this GM, and he starts telling me how he's doing good or whatever, and I'm kind of just in one ear out the other, because I'm just there to make deals. I'm not really caring about his team. But then I realized what team it was, and then I started to look on the stats. You guys remember Dudge Maniac? How can you not remember Germaniac? I mean,
yeah,
kid was a fucking.
Everyone remembers Germaniac.
Everyone remembers Germaniac. But anyway, team the Windsor Spitfires. I don't know if this is old news, but have you seen that team? They went from the bottom of the league. They are now 22-10. They are on a 6-win streak. The teams they beat last were Sarnia 5-2, Saginaw 4-3, Flint 2-1, and the Pete's 4-0, and Owen Sound 7-1. They are on a roll, and they completely turned around that team, and that is actually a team to fear, because they are surprisingly doing amazing. And the GM of that team is Pastor Gaines, and he's doing a great job over there. I just thought that guy deserves some props for being able to turn around a team that was completely in the gutter.
Jeez. There you go.
Yeah, he fucking dude. Oh, and also Tarasenko.
Now we
That's something else I want to bring up. Tarasenko.
that dude is refusing to replay his scheduled game against Niagara. Refusing. He's trying to get the game canceled
Oh, I just want to say for the
for
record.
no fucking reason.
I just want to say for the record, and I want to say this out loud because it's come to my attention. Tarasenko, you know I went off on him on the breaking news. I want to follow that up. Last night, they played a club game. Sarnia Sting played my Huskies, 2 TCs on my team, 3 regular players, and a goalie who doesn't normally play goalie, and we beat Sarnia Sting 3-2. So Tarasenko, you're not even...
So you just won the preseason.
It's the preseason cup all over again.
You just won the preseason.
Beat our scrubs. So don't watch your mouth about how good the OHL is. You couldn't beat our scrubs. And that was last night. 3-2, ruin Miranda. See ya, Sarnia. See that? Couldn't resist.
I think that was
Anyway.
pretty much it for me.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool how
Club matters about as much as preseason does.
It's just a point. It's just a point. You missed the show, Mercy.
I just beat 3 NHL players in club the other night, and then turned around and lost 8-0 to the same team. That doesn't make me good or bad. It's just the club.
No, I agree. It's just club, but it's just.
I mean,
he's been shooting his mouth saying we can't compete with him. That's been his thing. Saying we shouldn't be around, and none of the players in the OHL should go to the Q because the Q's a waste of time. And he's not right. He's not right at all.
I do agree with that, especially as the league gets further on, as people get called up, as trades happen, as send downs from the AHL come through, as new users are assigned. The skill gap between the OHL and the QMJ is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as the season goes on. Like, absolutely 100%. Maybe if this was, first week of the season for the Q versus the O, totally different story. But right now, and particularly as we get deeper and deeper into the playoffs, definitely a total change for that.
oh, I completely agree. I mean, you're going to start seeing some of these teams, some of these guys turning around. I mean, not necessarily turn it around. I say turn it around, but really that's not the right phrase. I mean, you had a bunch of people on the TC that just weren't getting looked at, right? That doesn't make them bad.
No, not at all. I mean, you got 40 TC players. It's going to be kind of hard.
How in the world are you going to look at them? How are you going to look at
Exactly.
the assignments when you've already got 20 TC players that are begging you?
I'm not saying that it's a shame on you guys for not checking. No, I'm just saying it doesn't make them bad. So when you go and open the expansion and all these TC guys are now on active rosters and getting everyday play, and they're playing every day, and you see what I'm saying, like they're practicing, they're getting their shit together. They're gonna start building chemistry. They're gonna start competing with some of the teams in the OHL.
There's a lot of guys in the OHL who didn't get to play that are playing in the Q, steady lines, and doing good work and have chemistry because they're playing with their friends or whatever else that they're working out. And that's the difference. I mean, there's some really good teams playing right now in the Q. I mean, right now we got 3 teams. Aussie's team, Halifax, with Vachon on the first line. I mean, I don't think there's very many teams that want to play them.
You know what? No, I'm going to save this for the Doghouse segment because there's no way that this is not what happened here. So we'll talk about that later. Talk about Vachon.
Okay.
Well, what are you saying, Mercy?
We'll talk about this in Doghouse. I already know who my Doghouse is. So.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right then. I'm saying Vachon is one of the top players in the league. And it doesn't matter if he plays the O, the A, the Q, or whatever letter you want to put. Vachon's a really solid player. I mean, he's a real special player. And he's making Halifax win a lot of games. I mean, they've got other players on their team. But I have to throw credits out to Aussie NF for doing a really
Can
good
I ask a question about Vachon? Is he French?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's doing a really good job with that team. I think they have a whole French line, a French connection line they call it. But I give him a lot of props for doing a great job with that team. And it's a good representation of the Q. Right now, Armada's Plainsville, Bois Brand, Armada's in first. And Easy is a really great guy to work with. He's the GM there. And they're doing a great job as well. So those two teams have been on winning streaks. Also, the St. John Sea Dogs playing very good hockey. I mean, there's 3 good teams right there. Our team is getting better. Lots of other teams are playing well. The Q is underrated, and I'm going to keep harping on that because there are some teams. I've played a lot of teams, and they're really good. There's a lot of good teams out there. So, I mean, it depends on the night. Any team can win, I think, and I think that we're getting closer, and there are more guys. And you've got to figure that when the Q started, there was about 1,000 guys on the list. The Q picked up about 200 and something guys. There's still 700 or 800 guys who want to play hockey that are in the league that aren't even getting a chance. You can't tell me there's not 70 great players in there, because there are.
And let's roll into the next segment then, because this is something that I wanted to talk about, and that kind of brings up what I'm going to talk about. All right, I'm going to talk about this guy, TitanSheepDog. Anybody take a look at this stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
I know. Dude, he was on the Owen Sound TC before he was on your TC, so I know exactly who this guy is.
All right. So let me just, for those who haven't read it, I'm not going to go into complete detail because he obviously doesn't want me to keep bringing this shit up. All right. But then he says stuff at the end that's kind of like, hey, I got to have the last word. So TitanSheepDog was on our TC. He never messaged. I didn't see any locker room messages from him at all. I've seen him sign up for some games, which is great. I always love to see TC guys sign up for games. Always. All right. But then he goes into the forums and says, hey, I'm active TC. Come get me. I mean, that's essentially what he said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm active. I'm stuck on TC. Come get me.
I saw
and
that.
he thinks that him saying that and then saying, well, you guys have done a great job, as far as the team, and he thinks that him saying that we have done well is going to take away from the fact that he is actively asking for a fucking trade in the goddamn forums without messaging his GM or either one of his AGMs first.
Retard alert.
That's very common. I can tell you now.
That was my question to him, was did he reach out to you guys at all about wanting off the team?
No. And then he says, well, I never got a chance. We had one weekend where we lost half of our team. Half of our team got called up. Okay? All of our starting defense was gone. And we lost 3 wingers. Okay? I was the only one left on the defense. We had to shuffle all kinds of shit around. Right? So we were looking for more people. Then midweek we get another winger called up. And we are still continuing to look for more people. So we are messaging every TC person, every winger on the TC, hey, we need you to try out. Come play club. Come do this. Come do that. He did not message any one of us back. Not one of us. So him saying that we were not looking at him is fucking horseshit. And I hope he does well in Guelph.
Well, I can tell you this. I had a player call me 2 days ago on Xbox, invite me to a party. I'm not going to say the player's name. He said he wasn't happy with the team he was on, and he knew me from before, from playing club games. And he said, can you trade for me? And I said, 1, you can't be asking me those questions. And 2, the only thing I can suggest you do is go to your GM and tell him what you want.
Time out.
And we said the way you get off this team is don't answer calls, because that's what you do, and he'll trade you because you don't want to play for him.
Their service coming in.
Boggy.
Play with him or something.
Boggy put himself in 4 games last week.
Because we could play 4 games last week.
He's a try-hard GM, and
I played the reschedule.
And got a total of 3 hits.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right. So how many for our other hitter?
Give me 1 second here. All right, and now I'm looking up the Huskies. Rwanda, and we've got. I suck. Where's this at? Can I freaking find it? There it is. Greasy Bro in 8 games played, has 26 hits. So,
Jesus.
He's
so
almost
a
got as many as me.
higher hit per game ratio.
Oh yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
Where's your sister?
Some good and bad.
All right, and then last week in 3 games, he collected 8 hits.
Oh, he beat me.
Not good.
Is that
I had
greasy?
6.
When you're old,
Easy
you
is
work
most
with what you
definitely
can.
the most goonish player of the 2.
So the goon of the week. The goon of the week is Greasy.
That's the goal you aspire for when you're 50.
Yeah.
If your fingers do not have the quickness of a 14-year-old. It's just the way it is.
I think we've reached the point of the Doghouse segment.
Oh my god, I've got a doghouse this week.
Here we
Oh
go.
my god, do I have a doghouse this week?
Oh, well, since you're
Should we
itching
start?
for it, go for it.
All right, we'll start with Greasy and we'll go down the line because I got Greasy, Mercy, Mike, and then me.
Okay, this has been really bothering me for a long time, and after getting my money back from EA for the game called NHL 16, I finally said, I've got to do this. You know, when I was a kid, I'm 50. So in 1991, 92, 93, when
Are you
EA was
50?
starting,
You
Really?
haven't mentioned it like
Yeah.
5 times in this show.
I'm going to mention it because I'm an old man. I might have forgot. I still got chemo in my body. You know, a year ago I didn't even know my name was.
Oh, man.
I'm still sort of coming back. Anyway, when EA came out with games, the hockey and the football and the Madden, you know, all this kind of stuff, when we were younger, this was like a miracle to us. To play NHL 94 was like a dream come true. Just to play it. And we looked at EA and we thought, this is the greatest company in the world. They're making the greatest games in the world. We are so fortunate and so lucky that we're not playing Kong, which we played in the 80s. And we're playing this incredible hockey game. And then things just went from incredible from that moment to horrible. I mean, the best version of NHL was NHL 12. This year, they have completely destroyed the game. NHL 14 was okay. NHL 15 was just a holdover to NHL 16, and NHL 16 is pure garbage. The fact that this company had to admit this game is broken and you can get your money back in 2015 is something completely fucking wrong with computer hockey. How can they make a game worse? I mean, they couldn't make it worse. Pee-wee passing is better than the passing in this game, and that's a joke at best. There's no practice rink. All they want to do, I know these guys are playing hockey just to play this stupid hut, which is just trading cards, pretend virtual trading cards, and spending thousands of dollars on it. That's all they care about is that money. All I gotta say is, Ram Jag Singh, you fucked up. You're a brown guy like me, and you ruined it for the rest of us brown guys, because you know what? Now they're gonna say, oh, that guy knows, he can't play hockey. Whatever, I grew up playing hockey, I have to put up with this shit. Now, all I wish for is 2K Sports to make a hockey game right now, because it would be fucking great and we would all leave EA. So figure out what you're doing, EA, because you know what? When someone else comes along, I'm gone. That's my doghouse.
All right, he went a different direction with that one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mercy.
All right. This is kind of a joke, but kind of probably true. Okay. Lately, at least from what I've seen in the CHL, when a prospect comes in and does really well, they are one of 2 things. They are ML Jesus, or they're a second tag that only plays for 1 year. Because they sign up, do well, and then never sign up again. So, because Vachon is French, he gets a little pass from this. Because Vachon is French, he was originally going to be in my Doghouse segment as my joke, not really a joke. But Paulie Chunks is a prospect, and is right now leading the scoring title. So, I don't know if you're a second tag, or if you're ML Jesus, because someone in this league right now is ML Jesus, because he always comes back. Every year. ML Jesus, Bullet 92, a lot of people would know him a little bit better. So...
I mean, I don't see Bullet 92 in the AHL or NHL, so I mean...
Yeah, well, Bullet got banned last season
okay.
because they found out he was ML Jesus.
Right. I didn't hear about all that, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, he was tearing up the AHL, and then he got banned in the middle of the season for being ML Jesus. So whoever you are, ML Jesus, we know you're here. Just, I don't know, stop scoring so many goals.
Okay, it's my turn.
Yep, you're on.
All right. I do have 2, but I'm only going to say 1, and I'm going to wait to hear what you say.
Yeah.
The GM of Stockton Heat played them last night in a club game. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you guys are thinking.
Hey, I got a club game stuff.
I know what you guys are thinking, but that's not it. Okay? I was playing club with my brother, one of my friends from Canada, right? Snakebacks, for anybody who's been in this league for a bit knows who Snakebacks is, right? My buddy lost Munchies, okay? And some other guy that we play with who plays defense. So really, I'm the only one actively playing in league, right? Out of all of those. Snakeback's just signed up. He'll probably get a sign sometime next weekend. But I'm the only one actively playing league. We went and we beat them 2-1, which is a very close game, right? But these are good players here. We're talking their team. They had their team play. I just had a bunch of people thrown together, right? They had Vivid Joey and Lost and Hungry on defense. Okay.
Vivid Joey's in my TC.
They had Coach Crass, Mount Willard, who are their AGMs, right? And the other name escapes me on who they had in net. But anyway, so they had, guys who've been playing together all season, and we beat them 2-1. I didn't say anything to them, right? We get matched up against them again. That's very same, the very next game. We get matched up against them again. And we're like, all right, we'll play. And we lost 8-0. Okay? We got absolutely demolished. Right? I have, now, if I'm gaming, anybody who knows me, if I'm gaming, I have my Twitch stream up. Shameless plug, twitch.tv/SirMikeKnight. So I had my stream up. Mount Willard comes in to my stream and says, good game. Good game, bud. Thank you. Lost and Hungry comes into my stream. You guys are bad.
Don't you fucking hate that? Don't you fucking hate that, man?
Bitch, we just beat you the game before. So if we're bad, then by comparison, you are bad. Correct? Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? You're bad.
Basically, if you beat him and he's calling you bad, what does that make him? I mean...
So, Lost and Hungry, congratulations, you've made it to the Doghouse as the GM of an AHL team. Great job.
Somehow I don't think he's going to care.
Nor is he going to watch.
Or he won't even know. Alright, well, I have somebody, and we probably... I mean... You may know who it is. I think he definitely deserves it. Maldini.
Yes, that's who I thought.
Oh,
I want to add something. I do want to add something onto this when you're done. So
okay, let me go. First off, right off the start of the video, it says, if you have any hate mail, we'll get back to you 6 to 8 months. Blah blah blah. Just a joke, whatever. But dude. If you don't like it and you don't like the opinion,
don't watch.
See, don't click it, dude. Don't click play, you fucking idiot. Like, you don't want to watch, dude. You, just don't. We don't care about your opinions. Yeah, it kind of ticks us off that we have to be superstars and our opinions don't matter. Dude, we're just here to have fun. We're taking time out of our day to give something enjoyable for you to watch, and you're going to sit there and criticize us. Whatever.
Taking heat. Some of us are taking heat on the show.
Well, you guys.
I don't give a fuck about the criticizing. You can criticize us all you want.
Yeah, but my point
don't,
is, dude,
don't say that our opinions are wrong or invalid because we aren't superstars in a 6v6 sim hockey league. By mercy and grace, let's hear your power rankings.
All right. Sorry, Steelheads, you're still not on the top 5.
I expected no less, dude. We could go fucking 9-0 and you still won't put us in the top 5. So it doesn't really matter.
Excuse me. You guys went a solid 7-2-1 last week. Not bad, guys. Getting better. You're a solid 6th. Again. Hope you're proud of yourselves. All right. coming in at number 5, and this is going to piss you off, and I don't care, is the Windsor Spitfires.
I think they deserve it. They deserve it.
Good job.
Who have absolutely turned around their season. They have one of the best goalies in the league right now in Culver, who's just absolutely destroying everything. Like, the team has absolutely exploded offensively, defensively. They are doing everything right now. If they had a better start to the season, they'd be higher. And I expect them to move higher as the season keeps going. Next, we are going to put North Bay Battalion.
This is Marcy's time.
Yes, this is Mercy's time, Mike. All right, timeout, whatever you want to say.
Timeout, because, okay, your whole argument, and I'm... You're an idiot. Go ahead.
You're an idiot. Marcy, number 4.
It was just a virtual video game. What's
All right.
these guys all heated about?
Number 4. Geez, it's so hard because all 4 of these teams are playing great. Oh my gosh. Number 4 is the London Knights. They actually had a rough week. They've won 6-4 in their last 10. That's not London Knights. Oh gosh.
Yeah, we should have beat them.
All right, so number 4, the London Knights went 6-4 last week. Still sitting on top of the Western Conference by a wide margin, 10 points to the nearest team. They're not in danger of losing home ice in the playoffs anytime soon. Number 3, we are going to put the North Bay Battalion. It's so hard at this point because all 4 of these teams are playing great.
That's funny. Windsor just beat North Bay in the reschedule too.
Yeah, it's important. North Bay's been playing great all season. 7-3 last week, still number 2, only 1 point out of being first. Number 2, I'm going to put the Peterborough Petes there. They went 8-2 last week, gained some ground. They're only 2 points out of first place. But I'm still putting number 1 because they have definitely the tougher conference, the tougher division. Because the Ottawa 67s are not a pushover either, and they're in the division with the Petes. Eastern Frontenacs, 63 points on the season, still playing great defense. I'm pretty sure they still have the fewest goals allowed in the league, with a fairly confident offense that's putting 167 points up. That's better than a lot of the teams in the league. So, Eastern Frontenacs, number 1, team in the OHL. I don't know if he muted me, if he's talking to his daughter's
We beat
son.
2 of those 5 teams this week. You know how many we played? 2.
Congratulations, you're still number 6.
You're an idiot.
Okay.
No, I'm just... Okay. Listen. This is all I'm going to say. I don't give a fuck that we're in 6th.
Of the QMJHL or whatever it's called.
Hi, Zach.
Oh, gosh. We almost went a full episode without talking about him.
We have 14.
Congratulations, Mike.
I
hope you're proud of yourself.
We have 14 teams in the queue, so we're going to go with the top 4 because we have a smaller league. In 4th spot, I'm going to give it this week to the Moncton Wildcats, who played really, really good hockey. Last 10 games, they're 8-10. They have a 1-loss streak, but they're 8-2 in the last 10 games. We played them this week in what was probably one of the most exciting 2-0 games I've played in a long time. We lost to them, but they were just on the mark. Their defense was sound. They didn't give us many opportunities. We played a pretty even game. We felt like we could have won. We made a couple mistakes and paid for it. So they're really good at getting teams off their game and playing well positionally, and they're like a surprise of the league because when we were doing the draft and we were talking, thinking who's going to run some of these teams, and Moncton just sort of seemed like it was left out there. Nobody really cared, but they have done a really great job. So they're my number 4. My number 3 is going to be Halifax Moosehead. They this week are 7-3, but they're on a 3-game win streak. And Ozzy's done a really, really great job. They're consistent. Yes, the Vashon line is a guaranteed 3 wins, They played really well. They've won 3 in a row. In the last 10, they are 7-3-0, and they lead the league with 144 goals. So that's pretty amazing in 26 games, 144 goals. They score an awful lot. So I give them the 3 in rankings. Number 2 is going to go to St. John Sea Dogs, who are in second place. They have a record of 8-2-0 and 2 wins in a row, and they've been playing great and continue to do a good job. And that's Patriot 9 runs that team. He's really done a good job with that team. They got good players, and they're consistent all the time. And number 1 this week is, of course, Blainville, Bois-Briand, Armada. The Armada's 8-1-1, and they have 3 games won in a row, and they're just beating everyone every week. They have good team through their whole lineup, and yeah, they're doing a great job, and Easy's doing a great job as GM. Those are the power rankings this week for the Q.
That's pretty ridiculous for the Mooseheads, man. 144 goals for. That's more than some of the teams in the O. I mean,
So that's all the time we have for this episode of the LG Doghouse. Boggy has his work cut out. Bogey has his work cut out for him.
Boggy.
What is wrong with me?
did you say Boggy again? Do I have to put another bro in there? It's gonna have to.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I said Boggy.
There's gonna be a bro in there for you too. Every time that happens, dude, I swear to God.
Boggy. Together for Boggy.
That's all the time we have for this episode of the LG Doghouse. From myself, by Mercy and Grace, Bogey, and Greasy, LG, vape away.
Peace.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised. On Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal to a die until hump day. Then I go right back at it like an automatic. More drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. I need a shrink, I'm gone. More time keeps passing, no watch, no thoughts at all. Just a hat, new era. Rep my P's and those O's. Need us Phillies with the orange and black to feel home. From citizens back.